Welcome to Casa de Confidence, a podcast for you. You'll hear some incredible women
and some awesome, cool dudes
going confidently in the direction of their dreams and living in the purpose of their heart.
You're our host,
Julie DeLucca-Collins, and you are our sidekick. Hashtag handsome hot husband.
That again.
And the producer of the show.
That I am.
I am an author, speaker, coach, dreamer, and most of all,
we help people go in the direction of their dreams
and support them on their purpose. So pull up a chair,
grab a drink,
and make yourself at home because our casa
is your casa. Welcome back, or welcome to Casa de Confidence. I'm Dan.
And I am the talent.
She is the talent. She is very talented.
That's not
in
nice.
many, many ways.
Oh my God. Talk about like self-centered.
Self-centered. I'm the one giving you the compliment.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. People will probably roll their eyes and be like, oh my God, she's so full of herself. And why do I have to question if I'm full of myself? Who cares if I am, right?
You know what? If you're not full of yourself, nobody's going to be full of you for the... Wait a minute. How's that saying go?
I was about to spit out my coffee, Dan.
Sometimes you got to toot your own horn.
That's right. Hey, I have something that I have to say.
All right.
This is a day that I've commemorated for a long time, and I was trying to figure out how long it's been.
How long?
37 years.
And I got to think about 37 years.
Yeah, I know.
What's been 37 years?
Since my grandmother died. You know, I think about her every day, and I think about all the different things that she taught me, left me with, and wow, like what an impact and legacy that someone can have on somebody else's life. That in 37 years since they left this earth, that person is still influenced. And I hope for the good. You know, I volunteer because she taught me that service was important. I give to others because she always told me that if we had whatever we had, even if it was a little, we needed to share. She also taught me to be a leader, to speak up, to, you know, go after what I wanted to. She told me that hard work is what mattered, not, you know, the accomplishments. And I am hoping that I can continue to create that legacy.
It sounds like she had a great impact on your life. And in fact, I know she had a great impact in your life.
Yes, that's why she's chapter number 1 of my book.
That is true.
Confident You, Simple Habits to Live the Life You Have Imagined.
So speaking of your family,
yes,
we have a really short time between you and me to talk today because you spoke for quite a long time with a family member, and that is today's episode.
You know, it sure is. It's not the first time that this person has been on the show. By the way, she's also made commercials for the podcast, and she's starting to charge for these. My gosh.
She's starting to charge.
Wow.
How old is she now?
She is 11.
11. So if you didn't figure it out by now, this is the return of Amelia Payne, Julie's niece.
That's right.
And my niece too.
Do not tune out. Go check out this episode. And here's what I want you to think about. There's probably a little girl in your life. And these are times in which little girls are really watching us, watching the world around them. Right now, there are the Olympics going on. And out of, I think it's 50 some on Olympic medals that have been won, over 30 something have been won by women. And this is the time in which we can really come into our own. You know, I don't want to say that men...
You're talking about Team USA, right?
Team USA, okay. Yes, Daniel. Team USA only. But I mean, I'm sure there's more women in these Olympics that there have ever been. So I want us to think about what is the legacy that we're leaving and what is it that young women are thinking about? Because I know that I was not in the same place where she is as an 11-year-old. I didn't contend with the things, the internet and so many different things. And this is a time for us to really take stock and find how we can continue to impact the lives of those that are coming after us so that we can continue to help them build their confidence and go after what they desire. And then they themselves will leave a mark in this world. So, Daniel, anything else you want to say to me? Other than giving me the time countdown for 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, I was yawning.
Oh
That's
God.
what the pause
Seriously?
was. So yesterday I woke up at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing some things I needed to get done.
You know, when you wake up at 4.
Today I woke up at 5.
Yeah, it's the weekend. When you wake up at 5,
Today's
at 4,
Sunday.
I typically wake up with you.
You went back to sleep yesterday.
I did.
So,
And today.
And I had to go into my
into your regular job.
My regular job today. So I got a couple things done and had a very productive morning. And now it's almost noon.
Almost noon. How does the day go by? I have lots to do today, babe.
You do have a lot to do.
I have a lot to do today. I need to make sure that I get laundry done. Otherwise, I won't have any underwear for the week.
I need socks. Can you throw some socks into that for me?
Wow, you have socks, Dan.
Well, they're not clean. They're downstairs, I think.
Really? I put a bunch of socks in your drawer.
When?
I don't know. When we got back from El Salvador.
Yeah, I used them up.
You have?
See, I wear socks on a daily basis, and El Salvador was over a month ago.
Oh my God.
So
okay, I suppose.
If you happen to be doing laundry, I mean, I can do my own. If you can throw some in there, that'd be great.
Sure. Anyway.
All
Tell
right.
me more. So go and check out this episode. I would love to hear what you think. And also, I would love for you to tag somebody so that we can continue to build the confidence of the women around us, but also have an example that creates a lasting legacy for everyone.
Well, I can't wait to listen to this conversation again. I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. This is Julie and Amelia.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I am delighted. Okay. You know that this podcast is about Casa de Confidence, the home of confidence. And I believe that all of us have a journey to get there. And ultimately, we started always from the beginning. And I am just thrilled because I've had the opportunity to interview some incredible guests. But my guest today is not her first time on the podcast. But definitely this young woman has my heart. I love her. She's amazing, but I am also biased. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to the amazing Amelia Payne. Hello, Amelia.
Hi.
You want to tell the listeners who you are and why you're special to me?
I am her niece. And yeah, I think that says everything about it.
That says everything. You are correct. So Amelia is my youngest niece, and she lives in Miami, Florida with her parents. And my sister, she is my youngest sister's daughter. And I also have a wonderful, smart, oh my God, such a terrific nephew. His name is William. And you're going to be hearing from him again because he's also been on the podcast. So I need to make it work. But today I wanted to bring Amelia on because, well, there are so many things going on in the world and so many things that even if we don't pay attention to what's going on in the world, are going on within, inside of us, in our hearts. And I wanted to just kind of find a conversation with someone that is at the beginning of her life journey and kind of see if we can see ourselves a little bit in that. Because when you're 40, 50, sometimes we think, oh, I wish I could be that little girl again. I was looking at a picture of myself from when I was 7, and I thought, wow, that little girl loved to do this, this, and that. And when she started to go to middle school, she wanted to do that. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped going in that direction, the directions of my dreams. So for that reason, we're going to reconnect. So let's see, Amelia. So tell me a little bit about you. Do you play any instruments? What do you do for fun? And what grade did you just finish and where are you going?
Okay. I play the violin, the cello, the piano, and the start of the next school year, I'm going to be starting the guitar
Wow.
and voice lessons.
Seriously? Wow.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
And also, I just finished 5th grade and I'm going into 6th grade, which means I'm entering middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And what I like to do for fun is probably reading.
You know what
Right,
they say, readers are leaders.
yeah. Right now, I'm reading the Harry Potter series.
Mm.
Um, I think I'm doing pretty good. But I stopped because I have to read a book for school
Oh, what are you reading
that
for
I've been.
school?
Um, I, I, I'm trying to remember the name. It's by John Grisham.
John Grisham. You're reading John Grisham in 6th grade? Holy camazel.
Um, yeah, and I forgot the name,
Okay.
but it's
Well,
it's
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 okay.
fun.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah. And I'm reading it. I'm almost halfway through the book, and once I finish that book, I'm gonna be starting Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Such a good book. First of all, I read the books and I love them. And I don't know if I've read the book by John Grisham, but you can let me know. The one thing that I find very interesting is that you have mastered, and I've seen you, right? You've mastered the piano, the violin, the cello, and you challenge yourself to a new instrument. Now, was it your idea or your mom and dad's idea that you go for the guitar?
Um, Honestly, it was both, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because my mom always wanted to play the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
and then we found out that where I do my piano lessons and my theater lessons, um, they had a music summer camp, and I
Ooh,
decided why not go for guitar, because like my
why
grandma
not?
has a guitar, and
Hmm.
yeah. But once we arrived at the first day, we found out that I was the only person who registered for the
Really?
summer camp. Yeah.
Oh,
So
and
now, yeah.
so what does that mean? Does it mean that you're still going or they are not
Yeah.
running the camp?
In August,
Hmm.
I'm starting middle school with theater as an elective, so I'm gonna
Hmm.
quit theater at the academy and start,
Oh,
because that was around 6 hours. This is 6 hours a week, and then
hmm.
I can do singing lessons and guitar lessons on top of piano lessons there.
Really? Can we say
Yeah,
overachiever? And by the way, it's so good that you're an overachiever because I'm an overachiever too.
yeah, um, yeah, I want to learn the guitar because it seems a fun instrument.
I will tell you, my friends that play the guitar are the most fun friends. Why? Because, like, I have these great memories of us kind of being together, and someone will pull out a guitar and then they'll play, and then we're all singing along, and the guitar has some great songs. Anyway, so I am a big proponent of this. And I know that, your mom and dad are always very supportive of whatever it is that you want to do. And for people who are listening, because a lot of adults do multiple things. We put a lot on our to-do list, but um, in addition to these electives and musical instruments, you also have responsibility with school. How are you doing with school?
Well, I think that I'm doing pretty good in school. Last year, I
Mhm.
got straight A's, except for the last until the last term when I got a B in science. But
Hmm.
I'm okay with that because science really isn't my strong subject.
Listen, I want to tell you now, because this happens to all of us. I want you to change that sentence, okay? Because many women, we end up, through our lives saying, I'm not good at science, I'm not good at math. So I want to challenge you. Are you up for the challenge?
I think so.
Okay. Rather than saying, I'm not good at science, I want you to say, I am getting better at science, or I'm not good at science yet, because you want to tell your brain that, oh, I'm working on knowing this, as opposed to saying, I'm not good at science, because when you say that, then what your brain is processing is like, we're not doing science. It's bad. We're not good enough. So we are always capable of doing the things that maybe are challenging, as long as we tell ourselves, well, I'm practicing science or I'm learning science. And anyway, does that make sense? Or is this like totally like way off base?
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you, okay, you know why it's okay to not be a straight A student in science? It's because everything is
Figure outable.
figure outable. Oh my God. So that's the thing too. You got to tell yourself, like, everything is figure outable. And if you got to be, well, how do I figure out how to change that? If you want to change it, because you don't have to change it if you don't want to change it. So, but I'm very proud of you, because you do. Wow. I really am in awe of you. Straight A's and also doing a lot of other activities. Now, for the listeners, Amelia is an only child, but she also has two wonderful babies that they live in her house. What are your dogs' names?
The really small one, which is 5 years old, about to be 6 years old, is Gizmo, and the
Mm-hmm.
one that we just got in November, his name is Winston, and
Mm.
he's a miniature schnauzer.
Ooh, a
The
miniature
the
schnauzer.
small the small one Gizmo,
Mm-hmm.
he's a Yorkie. He's a mix of a Yorkie, poodle, and
A
a
Maltese.
Maltese.
That's right. He's a
Yeah,
multi-poodle. I don't even know what you call it. So
he's a Yorkie poo.
a Yorkie poo. Okay. So Junior, who you know is my chunky monkey dog, he is um a Yorkie and a Maltese. So he's a Morkie. Not cute. That's a cute name.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, so in addition to the dogs, and you also, by the way, live in Florida. So you tend to do some outdoor stuff with your dad. What are some of the outdoor stuff that you've done?
Okay. Well, um, we've gone to the zoo,
Mhm.
and we do other fun stuff. But lately, this weekend, we've been going to like the clubhouse in our neighborhood, and they have like a basketball court and like we play basketball.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I loved
And
basketball when I was your age. That was my favorite game. And I used to spend hours playing basketball.
yeah. And also right next to the court, the basketball court, there's this big field of open grass. And what we did on Saturday is
Mhm.
like he'd call out random like things like run, sprint, walk,
Ooh.
jog, and like at
Mm.
random times 5 push-ups and like
Hmm.
5 sit-ups and like stuff like that. And it was
Sounds like a
tiring.
drill sergeant to me.
Yeah,
Mm.
because in middle school, I'm gonna apply for the cross country club
Oh.
because the coach leading the
Mhm.
class is actually my elementary school coach. So,
Oh.
and he said he'd like to see me in cross country. So I think I have a
Well,
good chance of getting in and a good
well, if
chance
you're
of doing
working
well.
hard towards it, yeah. And guess what? Uncle Dan used to do cross country. So if you have any questions, I'm sure he can answer some of these questions.
Yeah.
Um, so now I want to ask you, because you are a reader and becoming a leader. Um, what you tend to read books for school and things for fun, but what are things that maybe you would like to read more about? And what are important things that young people like you should be reading?
Okay. What topic I want to be reading about is like tornadoes and forensics.
Oh, because you're going to a forensic schools, correct?
Yeah, the magnet that
Mm.
I'm applying to, or that I got accepted into, is forensics, so I'm doing that. and tornadoes, because I think it's really interesting. And like on Saturday, I watched the movie Twister, and next
You
week we're
did?
gonna watch the second movie.
Mm.
But my mom is probably going to be doing something else. You're watching it in the regular theater, while me and
Mhm.
my dad are probably going to be doing it in the theater with like the chairs move along to the.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
we go to that kind of a theater. Well, you know what Uncle Dan wants to do? He wants to go to see Deadpool and Wolverine. It's what he told me we're going to watch.
Oh
But
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't like a lot of like crazy action adventures because it kind of scares me. So you're much braver than I am, Amelia. Hey, by the way, is it okay if I call you Amelia Bedelia? Because that's my favorite name.
No.
It's not okay. Oh my God, but I
No.
love it. I love calling you that. All right. What should I call you? Mia?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So in addition to you want to read more about tornadoes and okay, that's interesting. So then let me ask you another question. When you look at the world, when you look at people that you've heard about, read about, and people who inspires you, who would you say is someone that you look up to and someone that you admire and why?
That's hard.
Well, and by
Uh,
the way, it could be anyone in the world and it you know, it could be someone that you've read about, someone that you see on TV or someone that you maybe want to meet or maybe it's someone that you do know that had really has impressed you.
I don't know why I want to say this, but Emma Watson, because she got into the movies Harry Potter at like a young age without
Mm,
doing like any movies before, and she just decided to do the audition, and she
hmm.
got the lead role.
That's amazing. I mean, can you believe what do you think she was feeling when she put herself out there, even though she was competing with others who may have had more experience than she had?
I mean, I think she felt probably nervous or
Hmm.
scared, because I know that's how I would be feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, this is the thing that I wish someone had told me. So this is why I'm telling you. When you're feeling nervous and scared, and your brain is saying, hey, don't do it because look at all those people, they're better than you. Just say, I'm going to do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because even if Emma wouldn't have gotten the roles, I am sure that that would have been a lesson for her and something that would have helped her in the next thing that she tried out for. By the way, Emma Watson, now I feel really old. Do you know how old she is?
37?
Really? 34.
30, okay, I
Do
got
you think 34 is old or young?
probably young, because
Yeah. Oh, because I'm
like
older?
no, I'm saying young because like
Mhm.
the average like lifespan is like 70, 80, and then
Listen, we can live to 100. People living to 100 nowadays.
yeah.
You know, I
Well,
mean,
I'm talking about the average. So technically
okay.
34 is like below the half point. So technically you're still young.
Oh my God. So the people who are listening to this who are 50, are you telling them good luck? You only have a few years left?
No,
That's
no,
rude. I
no.
think you need to define that maybe no matter what the age is, you can continue to feel young and go after your dreams no matter at what age. What do you think of that?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
that sounds better.
That sounds better. I know. So you want to meet Emma Watson? You know, she went to school at Brown University. You may consider going to Brown. That's a great school.
Baby.
Yeah, and it's here in Rhode Island, so I would get to see you because it's an hour away.
Oh,
Yeah. Although, you know, if you want to apply to Yale, that may even be better because that's in Connecticut and it's down the road from me. Or you can apply to Harvard and or Columbia. Anyway, who am I to tell you where to apply? You can apply to anything or you don't have to apply to anything. So your dreams are your dreams. And I think that that's one of the things that I wish someone had said to me when I was 11. Like, go after your dreams, and it's okay if your dreams are not somebody else's dreams, you know? Um, Now I want to talk about something that we talk about here at Casa de Confidence. Are you ready for this?
I think so.
All right. So this is the home of confidence, and we talk about going confidently in the direction of your dreams. Do you feel confident at times? And when are the times that you don't feel confident?
I think I feel confident most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have a specific like moment that I always feel like unconfident. Wait, probably because wait, sometimes in my music classes for piano,
Mm-hmm.
some I'm good at sight reading music,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes I don't practice as much as I should be practicing.
Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Don't shoot yourself, girl. But if you create a schedule, then maybe you get better at it, right?
Yeah. So
Mm.
I'm feeling unconfident when she hears me like play what I have learned.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes, most of the time, I do practice and I am have something good,
Yeah.
but rarely I don't have it, and I'm feeling like, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't
Listen,
practice.
there are so many times in which in my life, and and I think that this is one of the things that I know has helped me. Many times in my life I have shown up and I didn't know it all. I didn't understand it all. I didn't know what I was going to say or do, or I didn't know the thing that I was supposed to know. And one of the things that has helped me in my life is telling myself, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. Because when you tell that to yourself, then you can decide, okay, I'm going to take one step, then another step. So if you don't know it so well, right, because you didn't practice, then you're still practicing and then you move forward and you learn it and become better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I have become to believe is that confidence is married to bravery. What do you think I mean by that?
Confidence is married to bravery. Well, well, if you have well, if you have confidence in like doing something, like let's say you're drawing something and there's
Mm-hmm.
this one part that like should I draw on top of that or will it look bad? Like confidence is like thinking yeah it will look good, just do it, and bravery is like I'm gonna do it. So
Yeah. So
but
most
like I'll do
people,
it even though I'm scared.
yeah, do it anyway. Do it scared. And sometimes this is one of the things that I learned, right? Confidence is not like, oh, I feel like I can do it. Confidence is more like, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because when you do it, then you begin to find the evidence that you're doing it, right? Like when you remember when you got your bike and then you weren't like, oh my God, I need training wheels, but then you took the training wheels off and you didn't feel confident that you can do the bike. But what happened, right? You started to practice, and then what happened?
And then I was able to do it.
Yeah, because you kept doing it, right? And you were scared, but you did it anyway. And I think that that's
Yeah.
one of the things that has really helped me in life. And hopefully, this is something that you can adopt into your life if you're feeling that fear, because
Yeah.
fear is something that is very normal. Our brain is meant to feel fear. Did you know that?
Well, yeah.
What do you know why our brain is meant to feel fear?
to be like cautious. Like, let's say you're scared. Let's say you're scared of the dark. If something will like if something falls, you're gonna be scared. Like what is that?
Yeah.
But like it's natural to feel that way because it's scary if something falls in the dark and you don't know what it is.
Yeah. So you know what? There is something that is called, well, I don't remember now because, we're talking about this. Okay. So humans have been, one of the things that has kept humans alive is that reticular, I'm going to be fancy. There's something in your brain that's called the lizard brain. Okay. And the lizard brain is the one that tells you to be scared. And that has been something that all humans have had forever. And so the reason humans have been able to continue to be alive is because when they were cavemen, right? And then there was a saber-toothed tiger, then that reticular activator or their lizard brain would be like, oh my God, be scared of that. Run away, right? So we always have that tendency. So when we see something new, when we encounter something that maybe we've never done or things that, we don't know about, our initial, most important reaction is always going to be the fear. And the one thing that I felt fear in so many places in my life. I have to tell you this story. I don't know if I told you. I went with the church youth group. I went to Alabama, and we went to this, it was a camping trip, but we stayed in cabins, and I was not in high school anymore. I was 20 something. Anyway, so, okay. So there was a guy that I really liked. And, he was there too. And so then we were doing like all the activities with the rest of the group, right? We were rappelling, we were zip lining, and then we went horseback riding and swimming. And then one day we decided that not decided, but the plan was that we were going to go cave exploring, which is called spelunking. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then we kind of lowered ourselves down, and then this guy and I, oh my God, his name was Robert, by the way. Robert, if you're listening to this, I haven't seen you in, I don't know, 30 years, but whatever. So, we were, and he was older than me. And then, but we went for a walk in the cave, and we had like our flashlights and we're looking everywhere. And then it was time for us to leave, right? And we were walking out with everybody. But because we had rappelled down for about 150 feet, we needed to kind of go and climb on the side of the cave and get to the exit. So we were doing that, right? And then so then it got to a point in which there was an edge, right?
Yeah.
And the edge was probably, I don't know, about maybe 2 feet, maybe 1 foot. I don't know. I'm not very good at measurements yet. But so it was enough for us to walk, but any false movement would cause you to kind of fall, right? And that was a very long way down. Now, I was also strapped to a belay, and I was on ropes. So if I slipped and fell, then they would have caught me and pulled me, right? Because people were holding me on the rope. Anyway, so Robert went, and then I all of a sudden froze. First of all, and heights are not usually something that I freeze at, but I froze. And then all of a sudden, it's like my lizard brain took over, and I started to shake, and I'm like, oh, all scared. And I remember my friend Paul, it's like, come on, you can do it. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And it took a very long time for me to do it because my brain kept saying, you're going to die. And my brain was saying, stay here on this little ledge because you'll be safe if you're in the little ledge. But the reality is that we are going to always come to little ledges in our life, and our brain is going to try to keep us safe. And yes, obviously if I wasn't attached to the rope, it would be kind of dangerous, but I was attached to a rope. So you have to believe that there's always people or things that will keep you safe. And then many times when your brain is saying, it's scary, you're going to die, it's doing its job. That's what the brain is supposed to do, you know? So I want to encourage you to, when you feel scared, you don't have to do anything different, but you can just notice it. When I notice, sometimes I'm scared about certain things. And well, in El Salvador, I had a little panic attack driving, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't get to the beach. I was incredibly scared of being in the car and the mudslides and the trucks. And my brain is like, oh my God, you're gonna die in the car, right? With the mudslide and this. And I really did not take the opportunity to say, hey, Julie, let's think about this. You're feeling scared. And then kind of pushing through that. So that's one of the things that I am working on becoming better at. So just a little story for you. What do you think?
That's a nice story.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you. Thank you. I like telling stories, but I don't know if I'm good at it. Um, so the other thing too is, so we were talking about confidence. We were talking about confidence being married to bravery, right? What would you say to Julie, little me, at 11 years old about how to be more confident?
Well, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Like Nike? Oh
What
my
do you
God,
mean?
you're moving a lot, dude.
I'm trying to get my charger.
Oh, okay. The charger's important. So just do it. Hmm. Is that what you would say to a girlfriend that's feeling afraid?
Um, you got this.
You
Just
got
do
this.
it.
Hmm. Um, what are some of the what are some of the challenges that you have when it comes to being able to find like communities? Like, do you have a group of friends that you feel confident with?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. What are the challenges when there's like difficulties with mean girls? Can we talk a
What's
little
the?
bit about that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Have you experienced mean girls in your world?
Um, well, it depends.
Okay. It depends on what?
Like,
What do you mean?
they're not physically saying it to my face, but they
Mm-hmm.
talk about everybody that they don't like, or
Mm-hmm.
like everybody that they're not friends with behind everybody's back. They
Mm-hmm.
just like in their little friend group,
Yeah.
they used to talk about like, oh, I don't like her water bottle. Oh, like stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something that as women, and I don't want to, generalize, but for the most part, as women, we tend to not be so nice to each other. And we really end up, you know, putting each other down mainly because we ourselves feel a little bit insecure about certain things. So I really think that, this is something that hopefully we can begin to change. Now, how did you overcome? Because you and I had this conversation when the girls were mean to you. And, I had advice to you that your mom did not appreciate. But how did you move through having, your feelings hurt that people were talking about you?
Honestly, I did not care.
Oh,
Not
okay.
care one bit.
You
Because
did not
they
care.
say what they want to say. It doesn't
Yeah.
that's what they think of me. I don't care about what they think.
Yeah. You know what? this is the thing that I learned, and I'm so glad that you are saying that because it took me a lot of years to figure this out. We are not everybody's cup of tea. Not everyone is going to like us. But if
Yeah.
we work at liking ourselves and reminding ourselves of our gifts, then we can kind of move past that. And then we find the people that are, that appreciate us, our flavor of tea that we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Remember when we went to the pool and we met those girls who were in high school?
Yeah.
You want to tell a little bit of the story?
Um, okay, so basically we were in the pool having fun. Well, she was in the pool having fun, and there was
I
these
was in the pool having
other
fun.
girls, and then my mom brought my bathing suit,
Hmm.
etc. So
Yeah.
I went into the bathroom to go change, and then when I came out, she was talking to these high school girls.
Well, because they asked me if I wanted to play a song. And they asked, "Oh, do you think your niece would like to hear a song?" And I said, "Sure, ask her." And that's how we started to talk. But then
Well, you didn't tell me that part.
what?
You didn't tell me that part.
Oh, I thought I told you. Yeah. So they were like, "Oh, do you think she likes music? What does she like to listen to?" And I said, "I don't know. I mean, maybe Taylor Swift, but I don't really know. So ask her when she comes back." And that's when they asked you, right? Hey, do and they started talking to you. How did you feel that these girls that you didn't know were very kind to you and were talking to you?
I felt happy because some high school people just don't like people who like are in middle school or in
Mhm.
elementary school. They don't
No,
like talking to them. So
no.
I was a mix of happy and surprised.
Happy and surprised. Oh, well, I'll take that. So now, what is one lesson that you got out of that incident?
Um, I don't know.
So here's one of the things that I gained from that incident. Um, Number one is when we walked in, I mean, let's talk about it, right? These girls are in high school and they were beautiful and were wearing the little bikinis. And my mind immediately went to, oh my God, they're going to judge me. Oh my God. And immediately I started to judge them because I had my own insecurities. But then I jumped in and I said, you know what? I'm fine. I'm going to jump in the pool and go in. And then when they were so kind to you and we're talking and hanging out and just friendly to us, to both of us, right? Because they didn't have to speak to the 50-year-old or the 11-year-old, right? They could have just done their thing and enjoy their time. But one of the things that I found is that even us end up, putting our thoughts about people in letting those come out. But we need to also sort of like not jump to conclusions on people, basically, you know,
Yeah.
and be okay with just noticing what we're thinking. Again, noticing like, okay, I'm thinking these girls may not, like us or whatever, or these girls are going to be little, mean girls, but it wasn't. I had to kind of stop my thoughts. And they told you some great stuff. What was some of the advice that they gave you?
Um, I think I'm not sure, but I think that they said like don't it doesn't like don't try to act cool or anything because like I've had experience with kids like this. They like
Mhm.
try to act like they're really cool, like they're the best people in
Mhm.
the world. Everybody looks up to them.
Yeah.
In reality, nobody actually likes that.
Yeah. I think that, everybody is trying to be liked. We all have a deep desire to be loved, to be connected, to belong. I think, and that's one of the things, Amelia, as you're going into middle school, I want you to remember like belonging is one of the greatest needs that humans have. So when we walk into a room and we don't see anybody who we know, it's okay to feel scared, right? Like I'm feeling scared. Why? Because our lizard brain is saying, "Oh, danger, danger, nobody here, you don't belong." But we have to remind ourselves, okay, if I'm walking into a room and I don't know anybody, I'm probably not the only one feeling that. And I can reach out to someone that maybe is not talking to someone and say, "Hi, my name is Julie. How are you?" And then you can begin to, like we talked about, right? Take that little step and build a little bit of your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that make you think about that situation?
Yeah.
So I want to pivot a little bit. What do you think is the most important things that adults, especially now here in the States, we're going into an election, but what is the most important things that adults should pay attention so that we can create a better future for you who are coming up and growing up?
What I'm gonna say is, like, let's say, wait, I'm thinking, if like I'm really interested in just one thing, like if I want to go to this one school that I wanted to go to for a while and I got accepted into it, let us go to that school. Like before we find out if we're accepted or not, don't say, "Oh, you're probably not going to get in or not." Say like there's a possibility, because like I know once I was like I really hope I get this role, but or like I really hope I get this, but when the thing came out or whatever came out, I didn't get it, so I was like sad. But
you
one
felt
thing
sad?
I want to say is don't get your hopes up on something.
So that's your advice. Don't get your hopes up. But what do you want? Like, what do you want the future to be? Like, do you want to live in a place where there's less disagreements, or do you want to live in a place that maybe it recycles and is cares of the environment? Or what do you think?
Well, the future.
Yeah, the future.
I'd like to grow to like be in an atmosphere that okay, I'm not gonna say like not no disagreements or less disagreements, because disagreements always happen. It's natural.
It's natural, you're right.
And to recycle more, that will mean for the whole entire world to like agree on not littering. And I know that'll be hard for some people, but that'll make the grass greener, make the atmosphere more amazing, and
less dangerous.
Yeah.
And it would have an impact on the animals, on the ocean, and everything, right?
Yeah. Also, because right now a lot of people are littering, and like at big group events that I sometimes go to, I see litter all over the place. I see people, and when I went to Target the other day, I saw someone's full cappuccino from Starbucks.
Yeah.
Like they haven't even taken a sip left on one of the shelves.
Interesting. I wonder if that was just someone that had to leave in a hurry. You know, we can never assume we know what happened. I don't know if maybe she was littering, maybe she wasn't. But here's the question for you. Can one person, right? Can I as one person, can you as one person, can we make a difference in the world?
Can we make a difference in the world? Yeah, we can make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
But like it can be a small difference. Like let's say you have like one messy drawer in your kitchen. You can clean that up. That'll make a difference in the world. In that small little grain of the earth. That'll make a difference. You can make a difference.
That's right. It's called a ripple effect. Have you ever heard the story of the starfish?
There are many stories I've heard of starfishes, but there's not one called the starfish.
Okay, so basically the story, and I know that you know all about like the ocean stuff because your dad likes to dive, but bear with me, okay? Just pay attention to the story. So there was a grandfather and a young man walking along the beach. And then they found a starfish and then it was still alive. So then the little boy threw it into the ocean, threw it back so that it could live. And then they kept seeing more and more starfish, right? And I think the grandfather said, I don't know if it's the grandfather or the kid, one of them said, "Oh my God, we'll never be able to make a difference because look at all the starfish in the sand ahead of us." And then I think it was the little kid that said, "Well, I did make a difference in the life of that one starfish." And I think that that's exactly kind of what you were saying. Like if you do, maybe you can just straighten out up a drawer, right? And that can make a difference in the lives of the people around you. And then the people around you are feeling better and not as, overwhelmed that there's a messy drawer. And then they're kind to somebody else and just kind of keeps going and going. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly like that.
Hey, do you still like Malala? Do you still want to meet Malala?
Who's Malala?
Oh my God, really? You don't remember Malala?
No.
The young girl that was shot?
Oh, that
Really?
I don't know.
Wow.
You
First
could
you
have
tell
said
me
her
you want to
last
meet
name and
her.
I would have known.
Oh, well, because I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I told you that I have a problem with names. Mulala Yo Yusa. I don't know. Mulala, hold on. I'm saying it
Well,
terribly. Hold on.
yeah.
Hey, do you know how old she is?
Isn't she 24?
27. Look, you keep saying the numbers with the fours and it's actually the sevens. What a coincidence.
No, technically, I've been saying numbers 3 digits away from the actual
Oh, there
number.
you go. That's a better correlation. Talk about being math. You know what? You're a math person because you knew that. So Malala, um, I can't hold
You
on.
for wait, how's it
Yustaf,
spelled?
YOU like you,
Yeah,
and then SAZAI.
Yusai. Yusai? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Malala, if you're listening to this, we're very sorry. And I know that I should have been more prepared, but yeah. So would you still like to meet her?
Uh, yeah,
Do you know what she's
because
famous for?
it's not every day that someone gets shot in the head and survives.
Mm,
Not every day that happens.
but why did she get shot?
Because she spoke out against the terrorists that were like invading the area.
So
And
yes,
yeah,
a little it's you're in the right direction. So one of the things that is the religious extremist in Pakistan, right, didn't want girls to be educated because they believe that women should not be educated, which I think I'm going to say it, Amelia. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to have to pay you. I think that's bullshit. Okay. How
yeah.
much is that going to cost me? Okay.
Well,
Well, okay. We'll talk about it offline. Yes, Amelia charges me every time I have a potty mouth. But
no,
yeah, I think it's bullshit. It's bullshit that some, religious extremist men are going to say to a woman, you don't deserve to be educated. You're only good to cook and clean and make babies. So I hope that you know that as a woman, you are just as smart and competent and you can do anything, just like any man can do it out there. Do you promise to always know that?
yeah.
Anyway, so then why she got shot is because she kept saying, "Hey, that's wrong that you're telling girls shouldn't be educated. I'm going to go to school and educate myself." And she sure has. So, anyway, she's definitely a very inspirational figure for me. Do you know what's another person that I really admire and that I got to meet?
I actually don't know.
Okay. I met the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, yeah.
You did know that.
I
I
remember that.
love her. I love her. Oh my God. It was like the thrill of my life. I've always been so inspired by her. Hey, I just watched her movie in Netflix. You should watch it. It's good because it
Yeah.
goes from the time. So in the beginning of the movie, she's at Harvard University, and basically there is like hundreds of men, and it was only like 3 or 4 women that were accepted into Harvard. And you know what the president of Harvard said to them? He's like,
What?
I hope you know that you coming here took up a spot for another brilliant man. So it was kind of rude. Like it, and basically she's like, no, I belong here. I worked myself to belong here. And I think that that's one of the things that I love, that we need to give ourselves credit and say, I belong here. I don't care what you think. I want this and I'm going to work for it and I'm going to belong, right? Because we all have the need to belong. Anyway, so this has been a very interesting conversation overall, and I know that you've been very gracious with your time. Do you want to do a quick lightning round?
I guess so. Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you questions, and then you have to answer them right away. Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay, hold on. Favorite ice cream?
I don't like ice cream.
Seriously?
I don't.
How did I not know? I thought you didn't like chocolate, but ice cream you don't like?
I don't like ice cream, and I don't like donuts.
You don't like donuts? I thought you liked donuts.
No, things have changed.
Things have changed. Well, good for you. You know what? That's evolution. Things change. People change. Okay. So, okay. Favorite dessert?
Wait, those Canadian tarts with maple syrup in them.
Canadian tarts with maple syrup?
My dad and I
Pancakes?
made some of the. No,
Hmm.
they're. I have them in the fridge. They're like a tart with this like
Hmm.
mixture with sugar, eggs, maple syrup, and more.
Well, we have a lot of Canadian listeners here at Casa de Confidence. So if you know what my niece is talking about, you're going to have to school me on this. All right. So favorite dessert is that. Okay. Favorite color?
Burgundy and midnight blue.
Burgundy and midnight blue. Okay, that's specific. Sunset or sunrise?
Probably sunset.
Mm. Pizza or fish?
Oh, that's hard. Depends. Depends. What type of pizza and what type of fish?
How about lobster and cheese pizza?
Lobster.
Okay. How about salmon or pepperoni pizza?
Pepperoni pizza.
Okay. All right. One more question. What are you looking forward to in the new school year?
Being there.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, Amelia, I am so thrilled and honored that you have been here. Thank you so much for coming to Casa de Confidence.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, and if and I'm going to finish the show the way I always finish it. So if you liked this episode, my friends, and there's something in here that really resonated with you, that you really felt like, wow, that was great, I would love for you to send me a message on Instagram. I'm on all social medias. It's Julie DeLucca-Collins. And if you have a message or advice for Amelia, you also can send it to me and I will make sure that she gets it. And my friends, this is not just about listening, it's also about practicing. So there's probably one thing that you heard from Amelia or from me, or that you figured out just because you listened to this conversation. And it's a good lesson. So I want you to practice it, because learning is not just listening, learning is practicing. So with that, my friends, thank you, Amelia Isabella Payne, for joining us today at Casa de Confidence. And don't forget, everybody, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Thanks for listening to Casa de Confidence. We thank you for listening, and if you want more, go to casadeconfidencepod.com. Check Julie out on her socials as Julie DeLucca-Collins. And you can also check out her website at goconfidentlycoaching.com. Have a great week, and don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all, but the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business. Push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the six-figure business you've been looking for. Pause and get off the hamster wheel if you've been spinning around. This is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.